Some people don't control you through fear. They control you through fascination. They feel unpredictable, intense, impossible to read. And your brain mistakes that uncertainty for attraction. That's why toxic people can become addictive. Not because they're powerful, because they know how to control emotion. Today, we're breaking down the 4 levels of dark charisma through some of K-drama's most psychologically dangerous minds. From the narcissistic tyrant to the manipulator who never raises their voice. And by the end, you'll understand the psychological blind spots that make people vulnerable to them in real life. Level 1. The high-status tyrant. Level 1 is control through status. Kwon Seo-jin doesn't need physical power. She controls people by making them feel inferior. Everything around her is built on perfection, the image, the reputation, the dominance, and the moment someone threatens that image, she attacks psychologically, not emotionally, strategically. The status trap. She makes people tie their self-worth to her approval. You stop asking, "What do I want?" and start asking, "Am I good enough for them?" That's a psychological dependency, manufactured chaos. When she loses control, she creates emotional chaos around everyone else, because distracted people don't question manipulation. In real life, these are the people who make you feel constantly tense around them. Level 2. The antisocial chameleon. Level 2 is emotional strategic manipulation. Ko Moon Young attracts people because she ignores social rules most people obey. She says uncomfortable things directly, crosses boundaries casually, acts fearless. But that unpredictability creates psychological tension, and tension creates obsession, boundary testing. She pushes limits early to see what people tolerate. Small disrespect, invasive comments, emotional pressure. Not always to hurt you, sometimes just to measure control. The possession loop. She becomes interested when people resist her, and bored when they become emotionally dependent. Because for people like this, control matters more than connection. Level 3. The strategic manipulator. Level 3 is hidden cruelty behind social charm. Park Yeon-jin rarely looks aggressive. That's what makes her dangerous. She studies people carefully, their fears, their insecurities, their emotional weak spots. Not to connect, to use them. The empathy scan. Manipulators pay attention to emotions very closely. Not because they care, because emotions reveal vulnerability. Proxy manipulation. She rarely attacks directly. She influences other people to do it for her. That way, she stays clean while everyone else takes the damage. And honestly, those are often the hardest manipulators to expose. Level 4. The dark empath. Level 4 is the most psychologically dangerous, because this person understands emotion deeply, but stays emotionally detached. Moon Dong-yoon doesn't rush revenge. She waits, observes, plans. While everyone else reacts emotionally, she stays patient. And patience is power, strategic silence. She lets people expose themselves naturally. Most people reveal everything when they think they're in control. Delayed consequences. She understands that destruction doesn't have to be immediate. Sometimes the most effective revenge is letting someone slowly collapse from their own choices. She doesn't chase chaos. She orchestrates it. Why are people attracted to personalities like this? Because confidence feels safe, even when it isn't. Your brain sees certainty, emotional control, confidence, and mistakes it for strength. That's the halo effect. And when unpredictability gets mixed with emotional highs and lows, it creates trauma bonding. Your brain becomes attached to the emotional intensity, not the person. How do you protect yourself from dark charisma? 1. Test boundaries early. Say no to something small. Watch their reaction carefully. Manipulators hate losing control. 2. Ignore words. Watch patterns. Charm means nothing without consistency. Pay attention to repeated behavior, not emotional promises. 3. Stay emotionally neutral. The more reactive you become, the easier you are to control. Calm people are harder to manipulate. Dark charisma isn't power. It's psychological control mixed with emotional insecurity. And the people who understand that game Stop getting trapped by it. If you enjoy psychological storytelling like this, subscribe.